question is, how do you respond to the statement that most politicians, regardless of party affiliation, are dishonest and serve only their own self-preservation?
All right, there we go. That's a great question. I don't think that all politicians are dishonest, but I think too many go to Washington, D.C. and get corrupted by the power. If you elect someone to go to Washington, D.C., for whom it's the best job they've ever had, they're likely to try and stay there a long time. And that's a corrupting element, and it's wrong. The other way we do this is we make sure that when we elect candidates that they campaign, I think candidates campaign exactly the way they'll behave when they're in office. So we should ask candidates to tell the truth at every turn. You should expect it of me, you should expect it of all candidates that you vote for. You know, I took an oath to defend the Constitution when I was in the United States Army. I'll take a similar oath when I'm elected to be the next congressman. That oath talks about defending the Constitution, and it requires you to tell the truth. And so watch candidates, ask them, when you hear something that they say, and the facts on the ground do not match their words, call them on it at every turn. Make sure they're telling the truth, make sure they'll do that. If we can't tell the truth while we're campaigning, there is very little chance we'll do it when we're in Washington.
Well, quite frankly, I can't answer that question because I'm not a politician. I'm a businessman. The truth is, what happens and continually happens when you elect the same people, you should not expect different results. When you continue to elect a politician after politician, they drink the Kool-Aid when they go across the river, and they no longer represent you. They represent their own personal and special interest groups that are behind them and supported them during this time. So once again, I agree. Let's take a look at the candidates. There's 4 candidates up here. Let's take a look at each single one of them. And let's see what they've done in the past and what they've done in the future that you think will be beneficial to you. Look at what they've done in the community. Look what they provided in jobs. Not 10 or 20 jobs, not even 400 jobs. Thousands of jobs over 4 decades of getting the job done and making a difference in the 4th District.
Jim Anderson, the question is, how do you respond to the statement that most politicians, regardless of party affiliation, are dishonest and serve only their own self-preservation?
Well, yes. Look, that does happen quite often, the majority of the time, ladies and gentlemen. And that's why in this primary and across the country we need to look closely at who we are electing. We have people accepting PAC money from lobbyists outside the country and inside the Beltway. You need to look close. There's a lot of things that are going wrong in this country, and we keep sending the same people back again. And the same people we're trying to remove from Washington, if we're not careful and we don't do our homework and we don't read, we're going to send the same ones back. We're going to be sitting here in 2 years wondering what happened. And we thought we sent the right people. Ladies and gentlemen, there are corrupt politicians. There are too many of them. And we have let this happen. It's really our fault, because we're not paying attention close enough. We send them, and we don't send the right ones, and then we complain about what has happened. We need to, in 2010, on August 3rd, make the right choice.
And we wrap this question up with Schodorf.
We hear some terrible stories and cases about politicians that have done things that they shouldn't. And however, I have worked with a number of honorable people at the state legislature. And I think you have to look to see what people believe in and who they work for. And I work for the people of Kansas. And when I go across the river, our Kansas River, I go to my district. And I drive up, and everybody in that district are people who I work for. I work for my senior citizens in the district, and I will do that in Congress. I work for the disabled. I work for our children. I work for you. And I've had to make some pretty tough decisions based on what I thought was best for the state of Kansas. Some of them were hard, very hard, but I think I did it, and I didn't know what would happen to my career, nor do I do today. So thank you very much.
And that concludes our first round of questions. I'm going to let you all